Hello. Well, by the WIAA calendar, it's officially summer. It may not look like that outside, but it is summer. And so that means that all the summer activities that are allowed under association rules have begun. And before I go any further, I want to thank everyone for their involvement with not only the spring events, but the entire school year, because we've really culminated the association's activities years. There are a couple of meetings left, and I'll go through those in a little while, but we're through with state spring events, and we had a great one. Some interesting things happened in some baseball, which we're still working on, but again, spring events went very well. Good weather. I've got a little bit of a sunburn on me, which isn't a bad thing this time of year. But my thanks to all of you, and our staff's thanks to all of you for making the spring events happen, because we created some memories. One of the interesting things for me is at this time, because there are so many spring events, there's no way the staff and board can be out at all of them. And so we, as a staff, put together a travel schedule and make sure that we get out to as many as we possibly can. And I spent most of my time at the 3A softball tournament at Lacey and at the 1B, 2B baseball tournament at Centralia. And while I was sitting there during one of the games, I was right in front of a radio announcer. And in the game on Saturday, he kept mentioning when a senior came to bat that this would be his last at-bat, maybe his last experience in high school sports. Obviously, because it's state events, it was. And I couldn't help but think throughout the weekend that all those seniors that have given us their 4 years and been a part of some great experiences, and what it means to them for all of us to work together for them to have these types of events so that they can talk about them for years and years. And I know many of you have those same kinds of memories, whether you went on to a state event or not. You have memories about your teammates, your coaches, events themselves. And that's really what we do. We create memories, and our most important responsibility is to make sure that those are positive memories where somebody walked away with a smile. That's our goal. We all have a role in that, and it's extremely important. I also want to reach out and thank all those people who worked the state events, because again, it's a special memory not only for them that they're creating, but for the students who are participating. And you're going to see a picture here in a few minutes of a group of 4 superintendents from the Spokane area who all worked the finish line at the state 1B, 2B, 1A state track meet. Rick Lenahan, Kyle Rydell, Randy Russell, as well as Brian Talbot, all 4 area superintendents who spend their time and have for a couple of years, and I hope for many more years, will be a part of a state event. And I emailed them after I got a copy of the picture and thanked each one of them, and every one of them to a person said, it was a blast. We had a fun time. So my thanks to all those who worked, and those superintendents as well, who really had a blast and made it a lot more fun. So we're headed into the summer. And what does that mean for staff, and what does that mean for the executive board? Well, very shortly the district directors will be here, and we'll wrap up their year and figure out what we want to do to make sure we're in place for next year. My thanks to Bruce Campbell, who has served as a longtime AD, executive board member at one time, and a district director, who is retiring that, and our welcome to Dan White, who will be the new district director in District 6. But the district directors will meet and talk about everything they've been working on, and they've developed a kind of a core covenant of how they're working with each other and working with the board members and with staff as they move forward. We also have a W executive board meeting coming up, and President Wendy Malich and the rest of the board has done a great job in working together throughout this year to make sure that we're moving forward. There have been some challenges, just like there always are. There have been a few conference phone calls on some appeals. There have been some issues with service fees and the RTO program, but they've met each challenge and worked with staff in establishing where we want to move on each one of those. So my thanks to them. This is also the end of the year for our LEAP students, that cadre of seniors who now go on to their next step. And we're looking at applications for that next group that come in next year to meet and work with those students who are now going to be seniors and be the leaders of LEAP. So it's a challenging time, it's a fun time, and I really appreciate all the work that you've done to make it happen. We'll be open all summer. We do take Fridays off. We work a little bit longer Monday through Thursday, take a shorter lunch, take Friday off, but we're here most of the summer. So get a hold of us if you need us. Take care, and again, thanks for all you do.